These are the best new gaming laptops coming out in 2025 from every brand. Let's start out with ASUS. This year, they've redesigned their Strix SCAR 16, SCAR 18, and Strix G16 and G18 gaming laptops. I mean, just look how much RGB lighting they've got now. Full 360-degree coverage means 360% better FPS. Okay, but seriously, I think it does look kinda cool. And the 2023 G14's lid lighting makes a comeback with the new SCAR models. But what's more interesting to me is the new easy access panel on the bottom for toolless upgrades. Just slide the magnetic latch and you get fast access to the 2 M.2 storage slots and 2 RAM slots. The SSDs aren't screwed in either, so no tools needed at all is very nice. Well done, ASUS. Every other laptop maker, please take notes. Last year's 2024 version of the Strix G16 and G18 chassis also gets refreshed with AMD's latest Ryzen 9 9955HX3D processor. So 3D Vcache with Zen 5 in a gaming laptop. Sounds like an epic combination, but unfortunately it maxes out with RTX 5070 Ti graphics for some reason. The popular Zephyrus G14 and G16 also get some nice updates this year. Zen 5 CPU for the G14, more powerful RTX 50 GPUs for both, more RAM for the Intel G16, faster Wi-Fi, and more. Unfortunately, the AMD-based Zephyrus G16 seems to max out with RTX 5070 graphics. You've got to go for the Intel version to get higher. ASUS's Flow Z13 also makes a comeback this year, featuring AMD's Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 processor. Long story short, it has integrated graphics that apparently compete with the RTX 4060, which is crazy for a 13-inch tablet device. But I'll have to see for myself when I get one into review. Make sure you're subscribed. The Z13 can be paired with ASUS's XG Mobile, a portable eGPU that now goes right up to the RTX 5090 laptop graphics with full power limit. Crazy stuff. And this year, the XG Mobile uses Thunderbolt 5 instead of ASUS's own proprietary connection, so any other laptop can use it now too. Up next, Acer has their new Helios 18 AI and Helios Neo 16S AI. And as much as I'm not a fan of making product names longer by cramming AI into them, these are actually pretty cool laptops. The S in Neo 16S means slim, and this version is much thinner and lighter compared to the previous Helios Neo 16, which is great, because last year, it was the heaviest 16-inch gaming laptop we reviewed. Despite that, it still made it into my top 5 best gaming laptops of the year, so I'm expecting it to be even better in 2025. Plus, it's also available with an OLED screen now, and with up to RTX 5070 Ti graphics, compared to maxing out at 4070 last gen, there's more GPU power and 50% more VRAM this year. The bigger Helios 18 goes up to the RTX 5090 graphics, has a new RGB light bar on the front corner, and goes up to 4 memory slots from 2 and 3 M.2 storage slots from 2, with one of those now supporting faster PCIe Gen 5 storage. It still has a 2560 by 1600 mini LED screen option, but now in 2025, there's also a 4K mini LED screen with dual resolution. Basically, this lets you swap between 1080p at 240Hz or 4K at 120Hz, depending on your preference or game that you're playing. The cooling system also gets an upgrade this year. It's got faster and better ports and upgraded speakers. It's looking like the Helios 18 might be moving from one of the cheaper 18-inch options to higher end with all of these improvements. HP are up next, and the main thing they're showing off was their new Omen Max 16, their most powerful gaming laptop this year. This one is also available right up to RTX 5090 graphics, and it's got an OLED screen. The new cooling system was designed with Intel. Basically, the fans reverse direction every 4 hours or so when you're not in a game to remove dust buildup. They're also using their new cryo compound, which is similar to liquid metal, but with increased viscosity to prevent leakages and improve longevity. They've also added a new Unleashed performance mode, which allows you to change power limits and overclock. So more customization than previous generations. The pudding style keyboard caps that HP first used in last year's Omen Transcend 14 are back here, which I think looks cool and unique, unique, but that's of course personal preference, and I know a lot of you don't like it. Otherwise, the design looks like an Omen, all black metal with a clean finish. Next up, we've got separate CPU and GPU boards with XMG's Neo 16. This is their top-end gaming laptop with optional water cooling, but now they've taken things to a new level. Unfortunately, this new design doesn't let you individually upgrade the CPU or GPU boards, but the increased customization makes it easier for them to offer more configurations, including both AMD's Fire Range or Intel's Arrow Lake processors, not to mention an increased level of repairability. There's also an optional mini LED screen now, which is awesome, as a premium screen option was one of the few things I felt was missing last year. There are plenty of other improvements too, like PCIe Gen 5 SSD support, improved air cooling, the liquid cooler connection is more secure, and the liquid cooler pump is a little quieter, better hinge with less screen wobble, faster USB and SD card speeds, addition of mini DisplayPort 2.1, higher wattage Type-C charging, an improved feeling keyboard, and most importantly of all, a larger RGB light bar on the front. Alright, Gigabyte are up next, and at CES they showed us their new Aorus Master 16 and 18. The Aorus Master 18 is kind of a beast. Of course, it's got the latest CPU and GPU specs, but it's also got room for 4 RAM slots and 3 SSD slots, just like the Helios 18 earlier, so plenty of room for upgrades. And of course, a new RGB light bar on the front to maximize FPS. The larger 18-inch model has a mini LED screen, while the smaller 16-inch model has an OLED screen. I don't think Gigabyte has used either panel technology in their gaming laptops in the past, so this is a huge upgrade. Gigabyte also had the Aorus Elite 16 on show, but as far as I can tell, that's basically the Aorus 16X from last gen with a refreshed CPU, GPU, and OLED screen. MSI didn't have a whole lot of new gaming laptops on show. The main news was their Titan 18 gaming laptop. As expected, it's been upgraded to the latest specs, including up to RTX 5090 graphics. But this is the only gaming laptop I saw at CES using Intel's new Core Ultra 9 285HX processor. Most others are using the 275HX, which is only 100 MHz lower and presumably cheaper. That's not much of a difference, but I suppose it technically means the Titan has a better processor compared to a lot of the competition this year. MSI have lowered the Titan down from 4 memory slots to 2 now, so they can prioritize higher memory speed instead of capacity, because memory speed runs lower once you add more sticks. But it's back to having 4 M.2 storage slots instead of 3. At first, I was a bit disappointed that the only gaming laptop with 4 slots of memory was downgrading. But since then, I've found out that Acer's Helios 18, Gigabyte's Aorus Master 18, and potentially something from XMG will all have 18-inch 4 RAM slot options. So they will still exist for those of you that want maximum RAM capacity. The Titan also has a custom Norse Myth design theme, which looks kinda cool, and it's limited to just 1,000 units. I'm more interested in the update to MSI's Raider 18, because not only is it getting AMD's Ryzen 9 9955HX3D processor, but it goes right up to RTX 5090 graphics, unlike ASUS, who only go up to the 5070 Ti with this CPU in their Strix. As for Razer, they've made the Blade 16 up to 30% thinner, 14% lighter, and given it an AMD processor for the first time instead of Intel. Are these things related? Probably, as AMD is generally more power efficient than Intel from my testing. Just look at this side-by-side shot I got of the 2024 Blade 16 on the bottom. I've always said last year's model just felt like a big metal slab. It's way thicker. Despite slimming down, the Blade 16 still maxes out with Nvidia's RTX 5090 graphics. Not the full 175 watts, but still 155 watts. So not too much sacrifice given the 0.59 inch or 1.5 centimeter chassis. Though a downside of using AMD's Ryzen AI 9 HX370 processor is soldered memory, which would also contribute to its thinness, but at least it means faster LPDDR5X 8000 speeds. And it is available with up to 64 gigs of total memory capacity, which should be plenty for gaming and a lot of other tasks anyway. Despite getting thinner, the keyboard has 50% more travel now at 1.5mm, and both me and my partner found key presses to feel better on the new one with a side-by-side test of old versus new. As for Lenovo, we managed to get a last-minute meeting with them and check out the new Legions. The new Legion Pro 7i has moved all the ports away from the back in favor of this new RGB light bar. It looks kinda cool, but having ports on the back seemed more practical for keeping cables out of the way. We asked why this was changed and were just told it's due to a motherboard redesign. So no idea if that was essential to support next-gen hardware, or if they just felt like moving things around at the same time. Right now, the Pro 7i is Intel only. We asked about AMD, and it sounded like it might happen in some regions later, but we couldn't get confirmation. The thinner Legion 7i also gets updated to support the latest specs, and it's got an OLED screen now. The Legion Pro 5 and Legion 5 also get optional OLED screens too, and it looks like they've got other minor design changes to the exterior. We also asked why Legion 9 wasn't refreshed at CES, and were told that it might happen later. Basically, they know that the Pro 7 is their top performing model, so they want the 9 to be something more special that differentiates itself. It sounds like it'll come back once there are new or different things that they can innovate with, rather than just doing a simple spec refresh. As for Dell/Alienware, this year Alienware is bringing back the Area 51 series with 16 and 18-inch versions. You might recall Alienware had their Area 51M from 2019 with upgradable CPU and GPU. Unfortunately, this new era of Area 51 laptops only shares the naming, as the CPU and GPU are not upgradable in these newer 2025 models. The main things I noticed are their classic rear lighting ring is gone in favor of this new translucent design, and as you'd expect from their top-end gaming laptop offering, it's available with crazy high specs. Apparently, it has XMP support for DDR5 7200 memory, which is as high as I've ever heard of in a gaming laptop so far. Dell gaming laptops are typically more of a mid-range option, so no refreshes of those just yet, as I'm guessing they're waiting for the RTX 5060 to get announced in a few months. It looks like there are going to be plenty of new gaming laptops for me to test, review, and compare in 2025. Make sure you're subscribed for all that content. Until then, you can find more details in the rest of my CES 2025 coverage. I'll see you in one of those videos next.